you promised to look for a guidebook with a map of England.
Well, yes, dear. Just a moment.
Well, who promised to do the packing? Don't stare at me as if it were the first time you'd heard about it.
I am packing.
Let me look once more through our things. So that may come in handy in the car, and the rest will go into the suitcase. Now the trenches are calling for us early in the morning, so we must get everything ready tonight.
How long do you think our trip will last?
About a week. You seem a bit undecided about it.
Yes, I am. I hate inconveniences, and there are plenty of them when you travel by car.
Well, Harry, we've made our plans already. Besides, I'm looking forward to the trip. We'll visit Oxford, Stratford-on-Avon, and the Lake District, and other historic places. Harry, you haven't packed your things yet.
Look here, Alice. I really dislike the idea of going on this trip, and at the mercy of Mr. Trench's moods for a whole week. He's a bore.
So you're not going? That's just like you, changing your mind at the very last moment. What will you do with yourself here on your own?
I'll go round sightseeing in London.
And attend the rehearsals of your dramatic society. I see what you're up to. No dramatic activities during your holiday. Harry, promise.
All right.
To tell the truth, I'm glad that Bob and Fred are on a walking holiday.
Of course. It's much cheaper than any other sort of holiday. It solves the problem of high train fares, and it's very enjoyable too. They'll walk 16 miles a day, sometimes get a lift, and stay at youth hostels.
I'm not talking about that. I want him to have a rest from rugby for at least a month.
But holidays are just the time for sport. Do you think he's really gone on a walking holiday, or has he played a trick on us again?
Not this time, I should think. Did he tell you his route?
Well, very approximately. They start in Canterbury and make for Highbridge, on the coast of the Bristol Channel. They'll stop at Hastings, Southampton, and Salisbury. Walking, hitchhiking, making friends with their fellow passengers, and sleeping in tents.
Wouldn't it be too cold at night in a tent?
It's not the Antarctic, is it?
Telegram for Bob. Left winger badly injured. Need your help? Match versus Bristol, Sunday 17th. All expecting you, Brian. Rugby again. It's good luck Bob is away.
I don't think so, dear. I'm sure Bob would help his college team out if he got the telegram. I say, Alice, wasn't he going to visit Aunt Kate in Canterbury?
Yes? Why?
I know what I must do. I'll go to Canterbury.
Harry!
If I start right away, I can contact Bob at her place and show him the telegram.
I'm afraid you'll get to Canterbury late at night and wake up everybody.
But I'll meet Bob. Look here, Alice. I've got an idea.
What is it again?
What do you say to my joining him on his tour?
Well, yes. You might as well. What will you take with you?
Only the essentials. My camera, and how about my blue bag? There. That's all I need. Aunt Kate, open the door! It's me, Harry!
Keep still. Don't you get so excited, my pets.
Wake up! Let me in!
Gently, gently. You'll frighten the cats. This way, please.
Thanks.
I was waiting for you all afternoon. She's very bad. Won't drink, won't eat anything, just sleeping all the time. I'm so worried about her.
Kitty? Ill? What's wrong with her?
Yes, darling Kitty is badly ill. But you'll save her, I hope, won't you?
What can it be? Flu? Pneumonia? Indigestion? A heart attack? Are you a nurse? I must see her at once.
No, better not. They'll all scatter about. I'll fetch the sick pussy, and you can examine her here.
Oh no, please don't. Now I see what you mean. But I'm rather ill myself, I'm afraid. I've a splitting headache. My blood pressure must be high.
Yes. I'll bring the cat here.
It's not your wretched cat that I need, but Miss Kate Brown.
Aren't you a vet?
I'm Miss Kate's nephew, Harry. Harry Brown from London. Where is my aunt?
Oh dear, what has happened to you, Mr. Brown? Do you need a doctor?
Oh, my poor finger. I ache all over. I must be running a high temperature. Oh, I'm giddy.
There. Sit down.
Oh,
Did you have an accident?
accident? Well, no. I just had a bad fall. I hurt my knee and elbow and injured my finger.
Isn't it awful? You do need a doctor.
To hell with the doctor. I want Aunt Kate. Wake her up.
But she's away.
Away? Where has she gone?
Why, Mr. Brown, Kate has gone to Broadstairs for the weekend.
Oh.
And I'm cat-sitting for her. I'm Peggy Smith. I live next door.
Oh. Glad to meet you, Miss Smith. Oh, my foot. If I hadn't run for the train, I wouldn't have had that fall. I wouldn't feel so miserable. When did Aunt Kate leave?
Only after lunch. Her visitors got up very late.
Visitors? Do you mean 2 boys from London?
Yes, I do. 2 nice young gentlemen.
One of them is my son, Bob. Bob Brown.
Is he? Well, I never. They came when it was pouring. Wet through they were. Bareheaded, shivering with cold. We made them take a hot bath to avoid a chill.
Aunt Kate took them to Broadstairs, I suppose.
I couldn't say for certain, Mr. Brown, where the boys went. Kate would know.
Can you give me her address?
Of course I can. Here it is.
I may catch up with them there. Or at least find out where they went. I'm going to Broadstairs.
You needn't hurry, Mr. Brown. There's no train to Broadstairs before morning.
But it's urgent. Maybe I could go there by bus, or get a lift in a car. I must catch up with Bob. Oh! My hand.
He can't let you go.
Oh.
You must be taken to hospital.
Not on your life. I hate hospitals.
Come, Mr. Brown. If you go on like this, you'll have a nervous breakdown and have to go to hospital. I'll give you a sedative.
No, thank you, Miss Smith. I'd rather have a cup of strong tea. It will do me a lot of good, I'm sure.
Of course it will. And then you must have a good long sleep.
I'm awfully sleepy.
Sleep is the best cure. But first, I'll make you a cup of nice hot tea.
Pussies.
Thanks for telling me. Yes. That was a friend of mine. Dropped in to tell us they've changed the usual order of things at the festival.
Have they really?
The march of the participants will start an hour earlier.
That's awful. We must be off and you aren't ready yet.
I'll be ready in no time.
Excuse me, madam. Does Dorothy Parker live at this address?
Harry! This is a surprise.
Pardon me, but I don't know you, madam. Unless you're Mrs. Bardell from the Pickwick Club, of course. But that would take us 150 years back.
So it was worthwhile spending 2 hours to achieve the effect, wasn't it?
What's the joke? Who are you?
Your Aunt Kate. Don't you see?
I'm so glad. I found you, Auntie.
I still can't get over my surprise. How did you know I was here? Ah, it must be Bob's doing.
Not quite. And where is your great-nephew? I don't see him.
He isn't in.
What do you mean by that? Has he gone away? Where to?
Just to the station to meet his friends from London. Both he and Fred came up to Broadstairs with me. I thought it would be so interesting for them to see the Dickens Festival.
I see. Where did they put up?
Here, of course, at my friend's. Do you remember Dorothy Parker? We both came to see you in London once.
Yes.
Dorothy, are you ready yet? Hurry up, we've only 15 minutes left.
I'll be ready in a minute.
She's getting dressed. We keep all our old fancy dresses. You remember going to the festival as a kid, don't you?
Sure. But dear Auntie, it was so long ago.
Mr. Brown, what a surprise. It's wonderful that you've come.
I'm sure that if Charles Dickens were alive, he himself would award you first prize in the festival.
As you see, our dear old England comes back to life every year as usual.
That's true. If you could only see the townsfolk strolling along the cosy, shady streets of our town, dressed as Dickensian characters.
I'd certainly like to see the way it's being done in the present day.
Look here, Harry. Why not join us? You too could wear one of the costumes.
Oh, do, Mr. Brown.
I'd rather wait for the boys. I want to go to the festival with them.
But they'll go straight there. It's settled. I'll find something suitable for you.
Uh-huh. I see you've done a lot of designing. Coventry? Ooh, Dover? You've become quite famous. Or so I believe.
Oh, no. I'm a rank-and-file architect, restoring ancient palaces and mansions, designing new schools, hospitals, blocks of modern houses.
By the way, when coming here, I had a glimpse of a fine new block of flats. It's just round the corner, across the street, but the tenants haven't moved in yet.
The problem is not so simple, you know. Not everybody can afford a new flat. The rent is high.
Harry, hurry up. We must be off. There's almost no time left.
Oh.
Which will you choose, Mr. Brown?
So, you're not sorry for having joined us, are you?
Oh, well, I didn't expect it to be as exciting as in the old days. I'm only sorry I didn't meet Bob.
It's hardly possible to meet anyone in such a crowd, unless you run into a person quite by chance, of course.
Look, here's a note I found in the hall. It's for you, Kate.
Dear Auntie. It's from Bob.
From Bob?
That's strange.
We've met our friends, decided to go to Portsmouth together with them. From there, we'll walk via Southampton to Salisbury, where we'll be on Friday. As regards to Mrs. Parker, love, Bob.
Is that all? Turn over the page.
Nothing else. And what about the match in Bristol?
I'm off to Salisbury. I must find Bob.
You'd better wait till the morning, Mr. Brown.
And if I fail to find him, I'll stand in for him myself.
We'll go back to Chichester by bus for a change.
It's up to you, dear. You know, Mag, I'm starving.
I shouldn't like you to starve on my birthday, Jeff. In a minute you'll have plenty to eat.
What would you like? Everything.
Jeff, have your favourite dish. Steak, French fried potatoes and onions.
That's too expensive. We better have fish and chips.
Today we can afford to be a bit extravagant. This is my treat. I'd like... just vegetables for me, please.
You haven't become a vegetarian, have you?
A lot of people are vegetarians nowadays. No soup?
You wouldn't say no to pea soup with ham, I'm sure.
You know my taste perfectly, dear.
As for me, I'll have my favourite clear chicken soup. I'm hardly ever able to have it at home. My mother says it's fattening. I'm on a diet.
How about the sweet? Fruit salad, blackcurrant tart with cream.
I'd rather have an ice cream.
But first, your favourite apple pie and custard. And 2 glasses of orange juice for such a great occasion. That'll be my treat.
Thank you, dear. And a strong cup of tea to follow.
Yes, miss. Can I take your order, sir?
Something light, please.
Hors d'oeuvre? Salad? Smoked salmon? Caviar?
No, you've got me wrong. I'll have a look.
If you're a vegetarian, sir, or if you're on a diet, I can suggest a wide choice of vegetable dishes.
No, thank you. I'm not afraid of putting on weight. But now I'll just have a snack. A glass of tomato juice, ham and salad, a cup of tea, roll and butter.
It won't be long, sir.
You needn't hurry. I have to stay here till the evening.
Jeff, that gentleman keeps looking at us all the time. Is he an acquaintance of yours?
I've never seen him. You might have caught his fancy.
Excuse me. I hope I'm not intruding, but I'd like to have a look at your map. You see, I missed a train to Portsmouth. I have to go on to Salisbury, but I've got no idea how to get there now.
It's quite simple. I'll show you the route. Here,
Sit down, please.
Thanks.
this is Hastings, and this is Portsmouth. You'll have to change there. And then you go on to Southampton. Here's Southampton, look. And then to Salisbury, either by bus or by train.
But if you take a boat to Southampton, you're sure to enjoy your trip much more.
You live here, do you?
No, we're from Leeds.
Oh, that's a long way. What are you doing here?
We're spending a holiday at the International Student Hostel. It's not far away. We've been all along the south coast already.
Are you students? My son is a student too. He also is travelling along the coast. I'm Brown. Henry Brown. I'm from London.
Geoffrey Porter, Margaret Bright, my fiancée.
How do you do? I hope I haven't intruded.
Not in the least. Please join us, Mr. Brown.
Yes, do, Mr. Brown. I'll tell you all about our trip.
Thanks.
Shall I serve your meal here, sir?
Yes, please. You've forgotten who was the first to order, I'm afraid.
I'll serve you right away. Just a moment.
When's your train due, Mr. Brown?
Late tonight. No other train till then.
Well, waiting gets on your nerves. How are you going to pass the time?
Strolling about the town, perhaps. That'll keep me busy for a while. But I feel rather tired, I must say.
It will never do to walk about the streets when you're tired. I'll tell you what. We'll take you to our hostel. It's near Chichester, halfway to Southampton.
The countryside is beautiful there. You can have a rest and then come back.
What for? There's a through bus to Southampton from there. You can spend the night at our place.
Well, that's an idea. It doesn't interfere with my plans.
We'll start after dinner. Agreed?
Okay. A bottle of dry wine, please, in honour of the occasion.
you going away? If you're going to Chichester, let's go together.
No, I'm seeing a friend off. He's going to Southampton.
When's the bus due?
In about 20 minutes.
Oh, I'll come later then.
Hello.
I won't miss the bus, will I?
Oh no, we've got plenty of time. Let's wait here.
Do you know what a youth hostel is?
Oh, it's for anyone on a walking or cycling holiday. But you can only stay there 3 nights, and then you have to go to another. And before you leave, the warden gives you a job to do, such as washing up, cleaning the bathroom, or sweeping the floor. And how do you like this hostel?
I think a student hostel is fun. I wish I could become a student again.
As for us, we wish it was over and done with. And the sooner the better.
Why?
The trouble is, we're always short of money.
Especially if you get a small grant. I've never been used to wasting money, but you wouldn't believe how economical I've got now. It gets on my nerves at times.
And still, there's nothing more exciting than student life.
Do you speak from your own experience, Mr. Brown?
Yes, I was at Oxford.
Mm-hmm. They say it's hard work there. The degree course is very difficult, and the tutors are constantly checking up on you.
You can hardly while away your time, I suppose.
I managed somehow in my first year. I never missed a rugby match or regatta.
And you still passed your finals? And got your BA?
No. I had to give it up because of lack of money.
What a pity.
But that's enough about that. Tell me something about yourselves. Are you a university student, Meg?
Yes, I'm at Leeds University.
I see. And what about you, Jeff?
As for me, I'm studying with the Open University. I don't want to be a full-time student.
I don't know much about it, I'm afraid. I remember it was established in 1971. What's special about it?
The teaching methods combine broadcasts and television and radio, correspondence work and a summer school, so you can work and study at the same time.
And you don't have to take entrance exams.
And where's your son studying, Mr. Brown?
London University History Department.
And what will he do after graduation? I think that a history degree is a good foundation for various professions.
You're right. Bob wants to become a teacher. It was his friend Fred who made him think of teaching. Fred is studying at a college of education.
And how does he get on with foreign languages? That's my stumbling block. I don't like to admit it, but it's true. I'm afraid of failing exams in spite of all my swatting.
Bob learns Spanish. He's good at it. He has a tape recorder and a record player. He listens to a lot of tapes and records. He says it helps him a lot. Oh, isn't it time to leave? I don't want to miss the bus.
Don't worry, you can spend the night here if you do.
No, I don't want to bore you. Thank you very much. I've really enjoyed your company.
We enjoyed talking to you too, Mr. Brown, didn't we, Jeff?
We really did.
Thank you, and goodbye.
If you don't want to miss the bus, hurry up. It's coming.
Oh, just a moment. Mr. Brown, this may come in handy during your journey.
Yes, it will.
Oh, thank you both ever so much. It's this guidebook that brought us together and reminded me of my student days.
Come on, let's finish the game, and then you'll have to run like a sprinter for a bottle of lemonade.
Don't rush around so much, lad. You needn't have dived across the table like that.
Can't help it when I'm afraid of missing.
What's the score?
6 left, to me.
I see. Oh, I've run out of tobacco, I'm afraid. I must get some. At the store. Over there. See you.
That's okay. Who's that?
A coach, I suppose.
What sort of coach?
Football.
Where's he from?
London, I think.
Oh, where did you meet him?
On the football field.
We were practicing free kicks and heading. We kept missing. He was watching us.
Was he?
He showed us how to do it properly, and I could hardly believe my eyes when I saw him in goal. He's a first-class goalkeeper.
He must be looking for promising players for his team. If he needs a good inside, he should take me. I score 2 or 3 goals every game, and sometimes 5.
There he goes, boasting again.
What are you talking about? There you are. You've lost your game. Run for the lemonade and be quick about it.
I haven't lost. I've just come second.
Oh, you are smart.
Finished? Who's won?
Me, of course.
Uh-huh.
Would you like a game?
No, I haven't had a bat in my hand for years.
Are you staying here long?
No, I'm leaving for Salisbury today.
It's a pity you won't see me in the football match tomorrow. We're playing against Portsmouth.
Oh, so you're a footballer too?
The best inside in the team. I used to play golf and cricket too. I'm going for athletics.
So you're a real all-rounder.
Yes, but nothing like soccer for me now. I wish you could see me play.
I'm afraid I have to go and meet my son. He's a keen rugby player, by the way. His team won the Intercollegiate Cup this spring.
Are you a football coach?
I'm not a coach at all.
Oh, aren't you? But you taught the boys to take penalties, didn't you?
Oh, I used to be a good goalkeeper when I was younger.
And now?
Now my only game is the football pools.
Well, that's a pity. And I hoped I might have a chance to get into a London team and become a professional.
Don't worry. Stick to table tennis. Let's play a game. That may cheer you up.
All right. I'll bet you 2 cans of beer that I beat you.
Agreed. I'll do my best. I'm thirsty.
I'll give you 2 points odds. Your service.
So it's 2-love to me already. You'd better look out.
Your game. Yes, you're the loser this time. Here you are.
This is the best prize.
Mr. Brown! Mr. Brown, we're waiting for you. The car's ready.
Coming. They're giving me a lift to Salisbury. Thanks for the game. You have the prize all to yourself. Good luck in tomorrow's match.
Salisbury is very conveniently situated, isn't it?
Yes, Miss Moreau. You can get to almost any county in southern England from here. Excuse me. The Shepherd Hotel? I'm sorry, but Mr. Brown isn't back. I remember your message. All right, sir.
Could you book a seat on the bus for me?
Certainly. That's my job. Where are you going?
Oof. Here to begin with. What's this place called?
That's Land's End. The most westerly point of England. Here's a photo of it. The warm Gulf Stream washes the coast of the Cornish Peninsula.
It keeps the shore warm, I believe.
Oh yes, there is hardly any place in England with so fine a climate.
Is all the coast rocky?
Oh no, there are wonderful sandy beaches to the north and east of Land's End.
And what about holiday resorts?
Cornwall abounds in them. Its coast is irregular in outline. There are numerous coves and harbours. They attract crowds of holiday makers.
Oh, I thought there were resorts only on the south coast of England.
All foreigners think so. Of course there are lots of them there. They stretch in an almost unbroken line from west to east. But Cornwall, Devonshire, Somerset and Dorset have a particularly large number of fashionable resorts. You haven't changed your mind about your journey, Miss Moreau, have you?
Oh no, why should I? There's such a variety of scenery in England, and I'd like to see everything with my own eyes. Last year I toured the industrial areas of the country, so now I want to see the south. It's rural, isn't it?
Yes, the southeastern part of England is a well-cultivated plain with fertile soil.
I've read about it in a travel guide. And what are the main crops? Wheat, barley, oats?
Well, all of them important, I should say. As for vegetables, the most important is potatoes. Fruit growing is mainly concentrated in the east. Sheep farming and cattle breeding in the west.
England seems to have many forests.
Oh no, big forests can be found in the mountainous regions of Scotland, in the north of Great Britain. Southeastern England is a low-lying land with gentle hills, fields bounded by hedges, woods, picturesque villages and farms. It is essentially a man-made landscape.
What a beautiful cathedral. Which one is it?
Canterbury Cathedral in Kent, one of the most beautiful monuments of the Middle Ages. If you're interested in history, you can hardly find a place richer in ancient monuments. The road you're going to take crosses the ancient land of the Celts. Look at this.
What huge boulders? Is it a modern sculpture?
Oh no, Miss Moreau. It's Stonehenge, a structure dating back to the Bronze Age. It's 3,500 years old.
How very interesting. And where is Stonehenge?
In Wiltshire, within 20 miles of Salisbury. Mr. Brown, there was a telephone call for you.
Oh, yes, who was it?
Mr. Robert Brown.
Robert Brown? That's my son, Bob. Where is he? Where did he phone from?
From Dorchester. He's going to ring again. Hello? The Shepherd Hotel? Yes, sir. I've given them the message. It made her laugh, but he was angry. No, sir, they don't want to say anywhere but here.
So that's where Dorchester is. Just fancy Bob turning up there and me looking for him in Salisbury. I phoned up all the hotels, motels.
The Shepherd Hotel? Yes, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown is here.
Hello, Bob. How did you find me? Ah, you rang up Aunt Kate. I see. I can't catch what you're saying. So you know about the match? I see. That was a piece of luck for me. Where shall we meet? All right. That's settled. So long, Bob. How shall I get to Bristol, I wonder?
You are in luck, Graham. Huh. Is that what you call luck? Can you hear? It's still raining.
If you can't get a lift soon, you'd better stay the night here.
That's out of the question. I'm expected in town tonight. My mother-in-law is leaving tomorrow morning, and if I don't see her off... She's got a lot of luggage, and she won't get a porter, too mean.
She can go by the afternoon train. Why should you go off to town at this time of night, and in the pouring rain too?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? She must go by a morning train. It's a through train to Bristol, very convenient. She won't have to change.
If you have reserved a seat for her, she'll manage it without you.
Perhaps. But she'll be back in a week. I've bought her a return ticket, and then she'll make a terrible fuss about it. I know her well enough.
That's a car.
I can't hear anything. I'll go and have a look. No car in sight, and it's still raining cats and dogs. What shall I do?
Let's finish our game. Perhaps my luck will turn.
I know you're always lucky.
Yes, I am. You know, I once went on a cruise round Great Britain. In the North Sea, we were caught in a storm. We hardly managed to anchor in the nearest port. The captain didn't allow us to go ashore, and it was too dangerous on deck. The waves could have washed you overboard. so we spent our time in the cabin, playing dice for Phillips on the forehead. And when we were out at sea again, I had a nice bump on my forehead. That's my luck. There you are.
What a downpour. I've just taken 3 steps from the car to the entrance door, and I'm wet through. Good evening. Yours was the only light I could see in the village. I need help.
What's happened? A road accident?
I hope there are no victims, sir.
Nothing to worry about. Something goes wrong with the car at times. Where's the nearest service station?
Near Yeovil, 9 miles from here. That's just where I'm going. I'll show you the way. I was caught in the storm here, and I've been waiting for a lift. And now it looks as if I've got one.
Thank you, but I won't make it to the town. I seem to be running out of petrol.
Oh, God. Why don't you see to such things beforehand?
I'm not an experienced driver. I haven't got used to keeping my eye on everything at once yet. Petrol gauge, oil, speedometer, and everything else.
In that case, it was a bit risky to start off on a long journey, wasn't it?
But I'm very fond of travelling. I've travelled all over the place, by plane, by train, by sea. Of course, it was very expensive, so now I travel only by car.
The only thing that spoils such trips is that something always goes wrong with the car. And where have you come from?
Salisbury.
And what's your route?
I want to make a tour of Wales. First I'll go to Cardiff, via Bristol. There I'll take a boat, across the Irish Channel. Do you happen to know what the boat fare is? With a car, I mean.
No, sea voyages are not in my line. I'm a bad sailor. I feel seasick even when the sea's calm.
I can see you are cold. I'll give you something. It will warm you up.
But I'm not alone. I've got a passenger who's going to Bath.
Are you going to Bath?
Yes, that's right.
Via Salisbury.
Yes, that's right.
You've chosen a roundabout way, I should say. You missed the turning to Bath and went in the wrong direction. You've come right out of your way.
Oh dear, I've let my passenger down. I must tell him right away.
I thought he was a blunderer as soon as I saw him.
There's nothing much to worry about. Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My cigarette lighter won't work. Can I have a light? And can we have something to warm us up after our journey?
Certainly, sir.
Don't worry. I wanted to walk across the fields, climb hills, rest in the shade of trees, but the weather prevented me from doing that. Ooh. When will the performance be on Sunday?
They've got trouble too. One of the performers is ill.
But perhaps the performance needn't be put off. Hello? Is there anybody there? Strange, not a soul. Ladies and gentlemen. No reaction.
Are you trying out the acoustics of the house?
I'm sorry to have disturbed you. You were making up, I see.
No, I wasn't. Who are you looking for?
I hear your Sunday performance of Billy Liar has been cancelled. Is that true?
It hasn't been cancelled yet, but one of our actors is ill, and our director is trying to find a substitute.
Just like in rugby. Bob will play instead of John, and the game will take place after all.
They're lucky to have reserves. We're a small amateur company. We can't afford understudies.
Can't you put on another play? What else have you got in your repertoire?
We've only got one production ready so far.
It's a pity if you have to cancel the performance. When will you know?
Oh, the director will tell you all about it. He'll be here in a minute. I saw him talking to someone near the gate.
I'll wait for him here then.
Yes, of course. Guy, that's the name of our director, will come straight here. He's going to rehearse some scenes with me.
Just a minute. Who are you playing?
I'm not playing yet. We're going to stage a new production. It's 12th night. I'm doing the part of Viola. It'll be my debut. Oh, I'm so nervous.
I bet. Lots of professional actresses would love to play the part of Viola.
There are a lot of good actors in our company, just as good as professionals. John Stews, for one. He plays Malvolio. I think he's brilliant in that part. He's got real talent.
What's his job?
He works for the post office.
And you're a student, I believe.
No, a hospital nurse.
And what name shall we see on the poster beside the name of Viola, I wonder?
If I manage to keep the part. Elizabeth Clark.
I'm sure you will. Believe me, Miss Clark. Mr. Brown knows a good actress when he sees one.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Brown.
When's the first night?
Not so soon. There's plenty of work to do besides rehearsing. We make everything ourselves when we produce a play. Scenery, costumes, props. And there's the lighting and sound effects, too.
I know all about these things, Miss Clark.
Are you a photographer, Mr. Brown?
I am, but I also belong to an amateur dramatic society and...
Good morning. Let's begin the rehearsal. Are you ready, Liza?
Yes. Guy, there's a gentleman waiting to see you, Mr. Brown. He's also a member of a dramatic society and knows a lot about the theatre. Our director, Mr. Dunch.
Glad to meet you, Mr. Brown. I've been rushing around looking for a substitute while you're hiding in our own theatre.
Oh, but...
No. Buts mean no buts, as Shakespeare says. I can easily imagine you in the part of Geoffrey.
So can I. It's a play by Keith Waterhouse and Wellis Hall. Have you read it?
Yes. I found it rather amusing.
Right. Don't let us down, Mr. Brown. It isn't a very big part. I'm sure you'll manage it all right.
Say yes, Mr. Brown. We'll all help you.
But I shan't have time to learn my part properly, and so I shall be nervous.
You needn't worry about that. We've got a prompter.
And what about the costume?
We'll find something. The makeup is rather simple. You'll only have to put on a moustache.
What are the acoustics like in the theatre?
You can hear every word in the last row of the pit, the balcony and the gallery.
Believe me, Mr. Brown, it doesn't take me long to see if an actor can cope with a part. Geoffrey is just your part.
Well, you win. I agree.
You saved the production, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. The applause of the audience will be your best reward. Now I'll give you a copy of Geoffrey's part.
I'll be playing opposite you in the main scene in the second act. I'm Alice.
I hope you'll help me along then.
I'll do my best.
Here's your part. Learn it by tomorrow.
It's lucky it isn't a matinee. I'll just about have time.
Well, the show's in the evening, but we're having a dress rehearsal in the morning.
My son's also standing in for someone tomorrow. Isn't that a coincidence?
Is your son an actor?
No, he's a rugby player.
Then good luck to both Browns, father and son.
But if I'm a failure...
It doesn't matter, Mr. Brown. The main thing is that the play will take place.
That's a comfort, Mr. Dunch.
Did you have any trouble on your trip?
Oh, no. It was great fun. It's a pity you didn't come with me. I missed you, dear.
Absent for a week and missing your wife.
How did you enjoy your trip?
Oh, there's nothing like car travel.
As for me, there's nothing like hitchhiking.
You? Hitchhiking? You don't mean it. I couldn't have done it. Too tiring.
There are even people who like changing from one form of transport to another. I met somebody like that.
So you weren't bored travelling alone? Well, who'll start his story?
Perhaps you, Alice. I see you've got your slides ready.
Yes. I got them from the trenches for one evening.
Well then, let's look at them straight away.
Oh, I'll fetch the tea first.
All right. There's nothing like tea at home.
Harry, shall I cut some sandwiches?
No, thank you.
You don't feel very well, do you, Harry?
Why, I'm as fit as a fiddle. I'm just...
A bit tired after the journey, you mean? Have some tea.
I don't like hot tea. Perhaps you'll first tell me about the slides while I work the projector.
All right. You'll recognize Oxford. Students in their gowns and mortarboards.
A familiar scene.
Now comes Stratford-on-Avon.
Shakespeare's birthplace. Is that the house where he lived?
Yes, it's his wife's house. And there's the church where he's buried.
Ah, the Lake District.
Very picturesque, isn't it?
That view's unfamiliar to me. What is it?
The Heathermoors in northeast England. The beautiful Pennines with their green slopes and rounded tops. The views take your breath away. That's all. Now your story, Harry.
Some other time. I'm afraid I'm really going to be ill.
Well, lie down and have a rest then. First tell me the main thing. Did you find Bob?
It was he who found me.
Oh, how come? Were you trying to catch each other?
It seemed like that. With Aunt Kate's help.
So, the game took place, and Bob did help his team out.
You see, Alice,
Who can it be?
it can't be Bob.
Of course it's him. Harry? A telegram from Bob. Listen. Where is father? Intended meet him and inform a further route. Game successful, Bob. What do you say to this? What happened to you?
Well, some people were in trouble. And I was the only one who could help them. I helped them, but failed to meet Bob.
Harry, don't pretend to be too virtuous. You'll never make a good actor. Tell me the truth.
That is the truth. It's a diploma in dramatic art. I got at the theatre.
Geoffrey Fisher? Henry Brown?
Read these lines, dear.
To Mr. Brown, for his brilliant performance, from all the members of the Yeovil Dramatic Society. Well, Harry, I see now that you had a very nice time.
You bet. I had the time of my life. But next year, we shall spend our holiday together. Shan't we, darling?